Hey everybody, welcome to Life on Goldman Road. We are going to do lasagna tonight. This is a family favorite. It was a recipe that I got years ago from my best friend in high school, and I have tweaked the recipe over the years, but it is still so good and we just love it. So I'm going to take you along with us as we cook lasagna. Okay, of course we're going to start out with a pound of ground venison. You can of course use ground beef. We're also going to add in a pound of Italian sausage. This just kind of gives this just a little bit more flavor. Okay, we have everything in, so we're just going to kind of get it chopped up together and start browning it. Like I said, this recipe is really simple. No homemade sauce or anything like that. We are going to use the jarred stuff. Let me get this browned up and we'll go on to our next step. We have everything browned up. There is a little grease in here from the Italian sausage, so we're going to move everything over to the side and get that out of the pan. Just as he took the garbage bags out. Right. Now we have that taken care of. So I'm going to turn off our heat because this is finished cooking, and now we're just assembling. So we're going to add in just your favorite spaghetti sauce. This is a 24-ounce jar. This is the tomato, garlic, and onion chunky. We're just going to add that in. Now we are going to go ahead and salt and pepper this. I will do that as well. Okay. Let me add our salt. And we'll have to test that as we go because we're going to be adding other ingredients, and our noodles, of course, are not going to be seasoned, so we're going to need to actually add a little bit more seasoning for them. So we're just going to get this mixed in. We have oven ready noodles, so we are going to do those tonight, so we don't even have to cook noodles, which is great. Alright, let me get the rest of our stuff. Okay, we have about a half a container of cottage cheese, which this is a 24-ounce. We only need, well, this is about 12 ounces in here. Normally I would get a 16-ounce container like the sour cream, but we're working with what we got. So we're going to add in our cottage cheese. And we're going to add in the entire 16 ounces of sour cream. We're going to mix this together. And I'm sure you can hear it, but my refrigerator has gone crazy again, and the ice maker is continuously running, and I'm assuming that's about to go out. Joy, joy. But we will make it through. Oven preheating to 350. I'm using the box of lasagna noodles directions. So bake at 350. I have got shredded Colby Jack cheese, which is Colby and Monterey Jack cheese. This is 8 cups. We may or may not use all this. Just depends. Never enough cheese, right? Or never too much cheese. Now this makes a lot because this is essentially 2 pounds of meat. For Clarence and I have the 8x11 baking dish out. We're going to start with this, and then probably what I'm going to do is get some full pans, and I will actually put this in the freezer so we can have this in the next couple of months. But we'll see how far we get with everything. But now we just start layering. So I like to put a little bit of meat down first, just kind of so that, you know, that noodle is just not like the first thing that's there. So just a little bit of meat spread out along the bottom. And then we're going to start layering. So we're going to go noodles. Alright, so noodles, meat, cottage cheese mixture, and cheese. And then we repeat. Not a big deal. Not rocket science. Okay, we're going to add our cottage cheese sour cream mixture. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's all going to spread out when we cook it. Alright, so now on to our cheese. Get a knife and open it. Now we're going to add our cheese. Now this dish is not very deep, so it's not going to make very many layers, but now you can use an actual lasagna pan and, you know, stack it on up. Alright, repeat. We're going to do our noodles. Kind of squish it down in there a little bit. Our meat. Cottage cheese sour cream mixture. Okay. And our cheese. Now we're going to continue this until I'm pretty satisfied with the height or how full the dish is, which this is probably going to be our last topping because this, like I said, it's a pretty shallow dish. So we're going to give a good topping of cheese on this, and then I will get a full pan and we'll start in there. We want that top good and covered with cheese, and I always like to kind of press it, kind of get it evened out just a little bit. As soon as our oven comes up to temperature, we are going to throw ours in the oven. And that is the first one. So let me grab some full pans and see how far we get on some freezer meals out of this lasagna. Okay, I have this little pan This is a 9 by 6.5, and it is 2 3/4 inches high. So we're gonna put this, we're gonna fill it with lasagna. So again, same steps until you can't go anymore. And I'll probably have to break, yeah, just a little bit. I need to break the noodles to get it to go down in here. Wait, getting ahead of myself, huh? Let me put down just a little bit of meat mixture. Now, with this going in the freezer, I am going to probably wrap this a couple of times. I'll let everything cool down because since we just cooked our meat, let it cool down, wrap it a couple of times with foil, and stick it in the freezer. It should be good for a couple of months. We will not let it sit there that long. We will be in it probably in the next couple of weeks, but it's there if we need it. So let's get to layering this pan. Now this is one of those meals that just gets better the next day. But we do not mind the leftovers when we have lasagna. So this pan that we're baking tonight, we'll eat on it a couple of days. And what I'm doing, the little pieces that I'm breaking off, we're using them. We're just sticking it right in the middle. That way I don't have to do a third noodle. And I think we're going to be able to get everything into this one freezer pan because it's a little deeper than actually our baking dish that we're using tonight, so we may get an extra layer in this. Okay, Grayson's here. He's blowing up balloons. Get one more noodle. Yeah, he blew it up. He let it go though. All right, so our oven is ready. We're going to put our one that's ready in the oven. This one will then be ready to go in the freezer in just a little bit. Of our cottage cheese sour cream mixture. And I have never used ricotta, but I know a lot of people do with their lasagnas. That may be something that we try one time. for a good topping of cheese. And it looks like we are going to use this whole bag of cheese. Okay, I've got our top on here. I have our instructions, bake 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this now in foil to give it an extra protective layer. Our lasagna is in the oven for about 40 more minutes. Let's see if we can get this out of the oven. We wrapped it to go into the oven. So let's see if we can take this off. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Looks so good. I'm just going to test it to make sure our noodles are tender. They are. Now what I'm going to do is stick this back in the oven for just a minute. I'm going to bump our oven up to 425 because I'm going to put some garlic bread in there. But I'm going to brown this cheese kind of a little bit more. So let's do our oven 425. We'll stick this back in along with our garlic bread, and in about 8 minutes, supper will be ready. Okay, it is out of the oven. Looks so good. Got some garlic bread. I may do a little salad. I'm about to fix my plate, y'all.